Good evening, board members and members of the audience. The first item I would like to talk about is our student teaching agreement with San Francisco State University. We have student teaching agreements in place with other colleges and universities who offer teacher credentialing programs, but this one in particular is for San Francisco State, whereby student teachers, students who are enrolled in credentialing programs, are able to obtain practice teaching experience in a classroom with a fully credentialed teacher, and this is usually for one semester at a time each year.
Have we had relationships with SF State before?
Yes, we have.
So is this a continuation of previous, and parameters are the same?
It's a continuation. The parameters are the same. We also, I think, work with them with our school psychology and counseling interns as well.
Okay. And then what's been the participation in previous years?
It depends. Different years, different in participation from the various colleges and universities, but we're going to average about 5 a year. You might get 1 or 2 from San Francisco or none from San Francisco, some from Mills, some from Cal State East Bay. It just depends on where the students decide they want to go.
Any other questions, comments?
What's the difference between an intern teacher and a student teacher?
A student teacher is in the early stages of the credentialing program, and in some other fields, this study might be called your field placement, your volunteer work, where you're getting the practice experience under the supervision of someone who is fully licensed or credentialed in that particular area. The internship teaching agreement, or that's an actual credential, whereby the student is, they can as early as their, second year of their credentialing program or their last year, but they have, there's an appendix in this in the internship agreement that talks about what they have to have done. They pretty much have to have done everything that's required to be a teacher with the exception of completing their credentialing program. They still have to have passed the CBEST. They still have to have a bachelor's degree and be in a credentialing program. They have to have verified so many hours of education. There's a long list of what they need to have done, and they have to then be in a position whereby their credentialing program files for the internship credential on their behalf. The district can't do it, the student can't do it. The college or the university has to do it.
Thank you for clarifying.
Any other questions, comments? Do I have a motion?
I had a question. Is this, John? Sorry, a quick question for you. Would this help satisfy, or will these resources be utilized to help out the parent issue that was raised a couple of weeks ago? Is it a different subset or different?
Yes, this is not specifically regarding my earlier comments. Anytime Ms. Harrell can, I think that the district and Ms. Harrell endeavors to have an ongoing agreement on the books with the universities, because our teachers, when they're willing, which has been really wonderful of our teachers over the years, when they take on student teachers, it's great for the growth of the student teacher. It helps in the classroom at the same time, but it's also a lot of work for our teachers. I think it's fair to say. So, so to answer your question, no, it's not related to the earlier comments regarding the first grade team and support.
Great, and sorry if I missed it earlier. What's the?
I had shared with the board that I had met with those parents. We came up with some solutions, some temporary solutions regarding having additional substitute teachers in a room to help.
Thank you.
Sure.
With that being said, do I have a motion for item 8.2?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Member Solis?
Yes.
Member Ball?
Yes.
Member Collins? Member Inch?
Yes.
Member Langner?
Yes.
Member Vargas?
Yes.
President Miriam?
Yes. Motion carries unanimously, 7-0. Item 8.3.
Okay, item 8.3 is again with San Francisco State University. We try to have multiple agreements in place with colleges and universities just in case an applicant presents his or herself. In this instance, the internship credential agreement would be in the event that through all of our recruitment efforts, we're not able to identify an experienced teacher who has a clear or preliminary credential, and we find an outstanding intern applicant, candidate, who the college or university is able to recommend and support an internship credential for, we will then be in a position to hire that individual, where there would be a working relationship between the college and the university and the district in ensuring that that the intern gets the experience and the follow-up with the college or the university that they're required to have.
Your description, when you mentioned about the intern coming on board, is this in any way to address the acute teacher shortage that the governor's announced?
Okay, I want to say, let me start by saying first, we look to hire fully credentialed, qualified, experienced teachers first.
Mm-hmm.
It is not put in place to address a shortfall
Okay.
or a staffing shortage. It's not used for districts to hire just lesser experienced individuals. But I like to view it as an opportunity. It's something the California Commission on Teacher Credential has in place. The commission sanctions it. The commission is the one who presents or confers the credential. It helps an incoming teacher be able to gain employment while they're still finishing up their credentialing program.
All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
And I have to
clarification.
stress enough that we work with the colleges and the universities. It's not a standalone between us and the applicant. We can't do any of it without the support and the approval of the credentialing program.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oh, did you call for public comment already? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to offer public comment for those two items. Seeing none, we'd like to have a motion, please.
So moved.
Oh, okay. Do I hear a second? Roll call, please.
Member Solis?
Yes.
Member Ball?
Yes.
Member Collins? Member Inch?
Yes.
Member Langner?
Yes.
Member Vargas?
Yes.
President Merian?
Yes, motion carries 7-0 unanimously.
And I thank you all.
Thank you.